Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ask Jameen. I'm Nicci Willis, and
I'm Jameen.
And today's question, or kind of more of a comment, if you will, is the truth about being a realtor. We're gonna spill a little tea today. All right, here we go. So before we get started, I want to remind you to make sure you subscribe. Hit the button down there below. And if you already have subscribed, thank you so much. We are getting new subscribers every day, building our community. And thank you guys so much for joining us and being a part of our community. Also, thanks for commenting. You guys are like really commenting. We love it. We see it. Yes, I mean, y'all are out here explaining situations, okay? But for real though, we love it. So thank you guys for commenting. Keep commenting and let us know if you want to talk about something or if you have a question for us. We'd love to answer it for you. Okay, now I kind of feel like it comes in waves, but every now and then we get we run into a bunch of people that are saying that they're either in school to become a realtor, they're about to become a realtor, they're thinking about becoming a realtor. And it's kind of been one of those times where it's been a big kind of rush of people that we've met. And so we figured we would just do a whole video and talk about the truth about being a realtor. Now, I've been in real estate in the industry for a little over 12 years, babe.
I've been in real estate in the industry and being a realtor for about 25 years.
Yes, so we do have a lot of experience. As I have experience as a realtor and on the transaction coordinator side, and then like he said, he's been a realtor, investor, property management, all the things. So we are a lot of things real estate. So we have a lot of experience. But today we're going to talk about the realtor side and the truth about being a realtor. Okay, so baby, you want to start with the first one?
Yeah, so the first thing, I think that people see a successful realtor and it's so inspiring. And so they see a successful realtor, they get inspired, or now, because we have so many reality TV shows, they say, ooh, I can do that. I know somebody that's a realtor, that's something that I can do.
Right.
So the first thing about being a realtor is it's kind of deceiving because it's enticing because it's a low barrier to entry.
True.
So what do I mean by low barrier to entry? So you don't have to go to college for 8 years, even though you have the OR at the end of realtor. It's different than doctor. It's different than lawyer. So it's a low educational requirement. But they cram a lot of information in a short period of time. Yeah. But if you don't have, I don't want to say if you don't have anything to do, but it's possible for you to take all of your required real estate courses in like a month.
Yeah, it is.
5 weeks, 6 weeks.
If you can cram it in there.
The thing that's not as easy is the actual test to pass your real estate exam. So they cram a lot of information, a lot of knowledge in a short period of time, and then you take this exam and you have to pass it based upon all that information. Yeah. But it's not, $100,000 student loan debt or anything like that.
It's relatively inexpensive.
$1,500, $2,000, including the books and online things. And the test, you can get your real estate license. So it's a low barrier to entry from dollar amount to time frame of how long it takes for you to take your classes and to get your real estate classes and get rolling. Right. So that's the truth about it is it's not super hard to get a real estate license. It's actually harder to be a hairdresser or a barber. You go to school much longer to be a barber or a hairdresser. Not knocking my barbers or my hairdressers, but buying a home and also helping somebody buy a home or investing in a home is a little bit more important than a haircut. So that kind of puts things into perspective.
Okay, I'll probably put us on the same playing field because I love my hairstylist. Anyway, so yeah, it is low barrier to entry, but and I would say, because I think it took me about 2 months. I'm a studious type of person. I like to learn all that stuff, and I was the type of person I didn't want to cram it. I wanted to make sure I understood, the assignment, literally. I wanted to make sure I understood, all the information, because it is a lot of information, and I wanted to pass the test the first time, and I was able to pass the national the first time, but then I had to go back, and the broker exam, I had to take that twice. So yeah, it can get a little bit disheartening when you don't pass the first time. That's why you want to take your time, do it right. Make sure you're studying, make sure you really understand the content. There are a lot of laws. There are a lot of state specific things. So you want to make sure you study, study both, but definitely study what they do in your state. It's very different from Ohio. So Nevada is very different from Ohio. So very interesting. But hopefully, if you are taking your test and you're studying all that stuff, I admonish you to make sure you're taking your time. Okay, so another one is, and guys, this is just really a sad reality, but most realtors don't make it in the first 5 years. Just gonna be honest with you. And I think it's like a 98% drop rate within 5 years. Actually, no, within the first year. It's like a 98% drop rate or something. Just
first year or first 5 years? Maybe first 2 years, maybe, or something like that.
It's
high. You practice
yeah,
more recent than I have.
Yeah, and so you do have to take additional licensing and post-licensing courses, and there were a lot of people in there that hadn't had their first deal in that class, and I was just kind of like, wow, it's shocking. But a lot of people think if you build it, they will come. But no, you have to do the marketing. You have to reach out to people. You have to build relationships, and not only build relationships, but you have to know what you're doing in this industry. So it's just a hard reality that most realtors that get into this business, even though it's easy to get into this business, they don't make it in this business.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to starting a business, period.
Yeah.
A lot of small business owners don't make it.
They don't make it.
Being a realtor is a little bit higher failure rate than entrepreneurs. But I think one of the reasons why that is, when you get a real estate license, that just gives you the ability to sell a house or rent
or list a house or whatever.
But it doesn't actually teach you how. So you get your license. They teach you more of what not to do than what to do to actually sell a house or to represent a buyer or a seller. So I think that's why most realtors, don't make it past 1 year or 5 years, because the training that we get to get our license, it just that. It's training just to get your license. It teaches you about getting your license and what not to do more than what to do, or doesn't really give you a lot of training of how to be successful in the real estate industry or how to be a successful realtor. Yeah,
but that is why it's so important to, one, if you're just now starting out, find a good team that you can be on. I can tell you right now, if you're out here trying to do it by yourself and you're not on a team, that is the fastest track to be on the exit ramp to, be out of the game. Being in the real estate industry now really requires a team if you're really trying to be successful here.
Or a coach.
I would say and a coach, because you really need someone that's kind of got an outside view of what you're doing. They can help you set those goals and all that stuff. Sometimes when you're on a team, everybody's working, everybody's trying to get it. So a coach that's not necessarily, in relation to your team, somebody that's just there to coach you, I think will be even more helpful. And it's also good to do your due diligence with your brokers. There are a ton of brokerages all over. There are different types of what's the word I'm looking for? Like business models. And, some brokers are really hands-on. Some brokers are, hey, you got it, awesome. Some brokers have a lot of back-end support, and, you can do all the things, and they have secretaries and TCs in place. Other brokers don't have any of that, and you are kind of on your own. So they just want you to hang your license there. And so you have to decide what's right for you and what brokerage will be good for your success.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot this past year, over a year and a half, I guess, almost a year and a half on the sales side. Mm-hmm. It's definitely different from the contract side, but definitely on the sales side. So, all right.
So let's go over one of the other things. Another thing about being a realtor is, like I said before, like reality TV.
Oh yeah.
And also these alternative real estate companies, they kind of paint the picture that it's easy to be successful in real estate and have a successful career. So these new companies like Open Door and the Sundays and companies like that, it's like, oh no, just punch in the code. You can, let yourself in.
Look at it yourself.
So they make it look like, oh, we're just opening doors. Like I can do that and make a whole lot of money. Or, they show you the real estate career in 27 minutes on the reality TV show.
Right. Well, I feel like it's always the person, pulling up in the Bugatti. To show a multi-million-dollar house, that's, while it does happen for sure, it's not always like that, and you have to start somewhere.
Yes, really, 90% not starting there.
Yeah, it's
10% of people are doing that. Living that life. So
exactly.
Reality TV makes it look glamorous. It doesn't show all of the hard work. It does show drama now, but it doesn't show all of the hard work that we put into actually getting deals done, getting deals closed, all the things that you have to do. They just kind of focus on showing the houses and going back and forth on negotiating and things like that, but it's a whole lot more involved in it. And I think that these discount brokerages or alternative companies make it seem like that realtor role can be replaced by technology or a corporation.
Yeah, I think more and more people are realizing that realtors are needed. Just like dentists and doctors and everything else, not everything can be, done with technology.
Oh, yeah,
for sure. So that's great for us. No, I'm just kidding. But so the other thing is, another point is, so we're held to a very high standard of knowledge and what we're, supposed to do and not do. I can tell you 1,000 ways to get your license revoked. But also, to be honest, sometimes the pay is not always that high for some of the things that you have to do. And so I guess that's been kind of eye-opening, to have to, we're driving around, we're doing a lot of research. I think that's probably one of the most eye-opening things for me is the amount of research that I have to do, in order to make sure, someone maybe that is FHA can actually qualify for this house. A house that they've sent me that they've fallen in love with, right? So a lot of research, a lot of driving around, a lot of, just talking back and forth with different parties and negotiating and all that stuff. And sometimes the deal is not always as high, or the payout, I should say, is not always as high.
Yeah, I think like sometimes as a realtor, you're just grossly underpaid for the amount that you have to do. And then every once in a while, you get a really like gravy easy deal, and you're like, oh my gosh. So it kind of balances out.
True.
And it's like, sometimes it's like the lower price amount, you do the most amount of work, or sometimes you have some clients that are difficult or high maintenance to buy. They usually are like the lower dollar amount, and then when you get into your higher end, it's not always gravy either. They could be extremely, high maintenance. It could take longer. So things kind of balance out. So, but a lot of people don't realize all the things that we do behind the scenes, from research to showing multiple houses to previewing houses that clients don't even see.
Yeah.
We kind of filter things out that our clients never see or hear about. And we show them the good things, other things that apply to their situation.
Indeed.
So like every house sale is like an event.
True. And so also, if I'm working with you and I'm quiet, believe me, it's not because I'm not working. It's because the criteria that you've given me, plus maybe what you qualify for and all these other things out there, it's just that there's nothing out there for you. So sometimes if your realtor is quiet or you haven't seen something in a few days, it's probably because there's nothing out there at the time. So, but it doesn't mean that we haven't been working for probably a few hours just trying to go through and filter through and maybe even think outside the box, or maybe reconsider or package something else together to present to you to help you really find what it is that you are really looking for. So we are counselors, we are cheerleaders, we are sometimes accountants, because we got to make sure those numbers are looking right. We hold a lot of hats, and so just be patient. If you have a great realtor, sometimes they might be a little quiet because there's nothing to show you, and a great realtor is not just going to keep throwing things at you just so that they can sell you a house. They want to make sure that you're in the right one.
So being in the business for like 25 years and growing up seeing my relatives, be realtors, about every 5 to 10 years, they try to say, oh, our realtor's going to be extinct, or we won't have a need for realtors anymore. That role has withstood the test of time, because buying a home is so personal, and the good realtors are more, like you said, we're sometimes like consultants, counselors, more than just somebody showing you a house or opening a door. So we kind of have to put the pieces of a puzzle together, and there's a lot of things that you can do. There's a lot of houses that you can buy, but your realtor is kind of a consultant that can kind of present different options to you and show you different choices and say, based upon what you said you wanted, this option. So they help you. They don't make a decision for you, but they help you make a decision. Versus if you just have technology or you're on your own, it's just up to you to make a decision based upon information that you may not have or advice that you may not have. So
true.
Yeah. So despite what economists may say and technology may say, the realtor role is extremely important. If it's kind of like a doctor. I mean, you have telehealth now, but people still go to doctors. Like, you just can't get around physically going to see a doctor. Right. And then also with homes, there's, you feel uncomfortable going in a home by yourself, or, it's just the feeling of having somebody with you to kind of walk you through the process that's extremely valuable, and you just can't get rid of that person-to-person connection.
Very true. Very true. So I feel like we've been a little negative. So let's throw in a little bit of positivity in here. So to be honest, I will say, being in real estate, and it's gone like this, y'all. Our entire marriage I have seen this and that. But if you really commit yourself to this career, and I'm talking to the potential, I want to be a realtors, people that I've come across in the last probably 90 days, and you know who you are if you're watching this. If you really want to do well in this industry, you're really going to have to commit yourself. I know that there are a lot of part-time realtors out there, and that's cool. But if you really want to do well, you're really going to have to commit yourself, commit your time, commit your efforts, because, a lot of this is about building relationships and building that trust with your clients, with your future clients. Sometimes you might have to tell a potential client no right now, but then help them along the way until they get to their yes. And that's a lot of hand-holding, that's a lot of counseling, that's a lot of cheering on and staying in there. And that's not a part-time thing, that's a full-time thing. So I think it's really important, if you're trying to get in this game, just know it takes commitment. But if you stay in it and you stay committed, you stay consistent, then you're gonna do well.
Oh yeah, real estate can be a very lucrative career. You just have to, it depends on the time frame that you get into real estate. And I think a lot of people that don't make it in real estate, they get in when things are great.
Of course, yes.
The market is great. People are buying houses. Interest rates are low. That's kind of the low barrier to entry. Also, you're getting into real estate when things are great.
Right.
But if you get into real estate during a down market or things are kind of slow,
or you plan on staying through the down market,
you're able to develop and learn what to do. So if you haven't been in 2 markets in real estate, you really haven't been a realtor. If you haven't been in an up market and a down market, or a buyer's market and a seller's market, you really haven't been in the whole real estate field yet. But it can be very lucrative. So if you're in the down market, don't get down. It's going to change. You just got to
pivot.
Yeah, just like a business. You can't start a business and expect it to just blow up. If it does, cool. But if it doesn't, you got to have a 2-year plan, a 5-year plan. You have to be in real estate for the long haul. It can be a very lucrative career, and also it can open up other opportunities. Just for us, real estate, being a realtor, has opened up opportunities for investing. It can open up opportunities to have partnerships in other businesses. It can open up opportunities to have being involved in relative things, whether it's a moving company, just great relationships with people that you can have, and it can open up the door to other opportunities for you.
Indeed. All right, guys. Well, that was kind of a little bit of highs and lows as far as being a realtor. But hey, we just want to keep it real with you guys. We hope that we do that every week when we bring you guys new content and new videos. Speaking of new content, we've got 2 new projects that we have their own playlists in this channel. So the process of renovation begins again with our Henderson hoarder house, and then it's the pool house, spa pool house. All right, so both of those will be below in our description. Hopefully I can put it in the video here and here. Hopefully I can do that. And then so you guys can join us and kind of come along on those 2 projects and see how those are going. You guys gave us great feedback on the other project that we did, so we're taking you along on 2 now. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Hey, if you are looking to be a realtor and you just need somebody to talk to and kind of get the real on, we'd be happy to chat with you. You can head to our website, thewillisteamlv.com. Schedule an appointment with either one of us. We'd be happy to chat with you. But other than that, have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Bye.